Sip that coffee, get your mind right, and vibe with the queen herself. We're dishing out hot topics, wellness tips of the day, and things that make you go, Let's get this palace party started.
All right. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wellness Wednesday. Y'all, we're on regarding the coffee. It's a little bit more expensive than your Folgers, the best part of waking up. This one is probably about $10 to $11 per can, depending on where you reside. Okay. Y'all, don't sleep on this coffee. It's damn good. Trust me. Trust me when I say it is damn good. Okay. Training Wheels says it's the best coffee in the world. I have to agree. Tamika says she loved that place, especially the beignets. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Kat. Kat is hooked. So I see you've tried it, Kat. Kat said that she's hooked on that coffee. It is strong, Tamika, but ain't that what we looking for? Yes, early in the morning, especially you married folk, if you get it. Something to wake you up, honey. Yes, I saw something else. Who else? Okay, T. Marie says she likes it. Shorten likes it as well. It is so good. Good morning, the Asset Noir. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Wednesday Morning Coffee Talk. If this is your first time here, good morning, trending at some point. She says, good morning, Queen Sheba, darling Mods and Palace. She's in the semi bushes. Listen, don't get in trouble, girl, at work. I already told y'all about playing this morning show too loud when they come tap you on your shoulder. HR come in and say, excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute? So Joyce Stewart, welcome. She says, I love your intelligence, smart and classic. Listen, thank you, Joyce. I appreciate it. It used to get me in so much trouble when I was little. But Kim Jones says the early birds get off work earlier too. You know what? You're absolutely right. My best friend of over 26, 27 years, loves to go to the office at 6 a.m. so he can piece them out at 1 p.m. He's like, yep, I've been here. I manage my time. That's on you if you want to stay to 5 p.m. So anywho, this coffee is so damn good. If this is your first time to our morning show, welcome. Typically, we have this show behind the gates of the palace, but the queen forgot to set the settings for members only. And right when I opened up the intro, I realized it and I'm like, damn, it's too late. Come one, come all. The walls of the gates of the palace are open. I may as well let everybody stay here without kicking them out because that would be rude, right? It's Wednesday morning. We don't want to be rude. And on Wednesdays, y'all, let me tell you what we do. We focus on a lot of talk on corporate America, self-care, self-awareness, social connectedness, and we just kind of allow the conversation to go where it needs to go. And it just kind of takes off. So that's what happens. But before we jump into anything, I want to talk about what I would like to do is we check in with our word. We have a word that you're going to put in the chat. One word. What are y'all feeling today? We do a check-in, honey. How are y'all feeling today? I just dropped the link in the chat. If you would like to come up, you can. If not, participate from the chat. But what are we feeling today? What are you feeling or what are you trying to feel in this moment or by the time this show is over? I got blessed, Mary White. I got peaceful from Norma. We're getting empowered. Another blessed. We got thankful. Stress. Chris, come on now. Sitting here counting my blessings. Oh, ain't no need for stressing. What you stressed about, Chris? That's the first question. The second question is, do you have the power to change it? And if not, you got to let it go, queen. On this Wednesday, because if you can't change it, let it go. Give it to God. We got empowered by Miss May. We got rejuvenated. Ooh, Mama Bees. I like that one. She's rejuvenated. We got another blessed. Tay is feeling excited. I love excitement because that means you're anticipating, you're waiting something. We got hopeful. We got obedient. Okay. Appreciated. Trending that's a wonderful place to be for the mind, body, and spirit to feel appreciated. Fantastic. Lisa Girl's feeling fantastic. Covered Jewels feeling strong. We got tired. What you doing staying up so long, my lady? My lady. Huh? Did you get your 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Because if not, you definitely need to incorporate that. You're worth it. We got Motivated by Gwen Nelson. We got Alive. Alive. Look at y'all coming with these kick-ass words. Alive. Shan is Thankful. We got Uplifted. We got Currents of Insight is feeling grateful. Audrey is feeling hopeful. We got Blessed. Challenged. Moments of Grace is feeling challenged. And This Too Shall Pass. We got Blessed. We got Amazing. Eumenia is feeling amazing. Pamela is feeling peaceful. Okay. SM, the missus, is feeling overwhelmed. What can you delegate? What can you push off of your plate? Grab a notepad. SM, the missus, a piece of paper, pen. If you don't have it in front of you, take your phone, open up the notes section, and write down the 6 most important things that you need to achieve today. Anything that does not make the list on the top 6 can wait, period, point blank. That's it. It can wait because at the end of the day, y'all, check it out. All you can do is one thing at a time anyway. So if you sit at your desk, whether you're working from home or you're in your cubicle or you're in your office, wherever you are, jot down the 6 most important things that you got to achieve today, period, point blank. Which is the most important? Which one do you feel good about? Put that one at the top of the list. Which is the most pressing? I don't know. I don't know the order that you should place them in, but the top 6. Let's go. We got Optimistic. Tanya B is feeling thankful. The Aset Noir is feeling pumped like nobody's business. I bet you are, because tax season has kind of resided for you, the Aset. So I know you are in a place where you can breathe, girl. 41 Fit is feeling fantastic. I love it. How's the weather there? 41 Fit. Rested. Let's be clear. It's feeling rested. We got Thoughtful. Y'all, we got so much coming in. We got Push by Robin. We got Bless. They call me Corporate Diva. It's feeling free. That's a different one. What's going on with the freedom? I'm curious. I like it. But what's going on with it? Because you caught my attention. Free. I like that. I like free. Lori is feeling open for love. Are you feeling open for money? Money, money, money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Let's see. Okay, Cheryl is feeling tired. Listen, get some sunshine in your bones, step outside, listen to the birds. Nature will wake you up like nobody's business. And with that being said, thank you all. Y'all are coming in with these strong words, and they're very positive too. That tells me a lot that somebody woke up on the right side of the bed. So I appreciate y'all pulling up and checking in. Mrs. Wynn is feeling sadness. This too shall pass. I really hope, sending you positive vibes. T Sun is feeling happy. Shayla is feeling loved. That's good, especially for a Black woman. Loved. I love it. I love it. I love it. Good morning to you all. We are going to shift the conversation, y'all. We're going to shift the conversation. And hey, Miss Dorothy, I see you, girl. Terry Heights is in the building. She's feeling victorious. I want to shift the conversation to the wellness tip of the day. Yep, let me take a sip of my coffee. The wellness tip of the day. And while I'm preparing to bring you the wellness tip of the day, what do y'all need on this good morning when you think about wellness? Take a quick second. What came to your mind? Drop it in the chat. And if you are commuting into work right now and you in your car, you can't type it in the chat. I just want you to honk. Yes, there you go. There you go. I see you pulling up. Honk your horn. People gonna be looking at you crazy. Say, I'm good, honey. It's a Wellness Wednesday because I'm needing blank and I'm getting it. Cancer free. I know that's right. Kathy saying cancer free. Tay is needing balance. We got thankful. Kim is needing peace of mind. Currents of Insight is needing balance. Check it out. Water. Do you know you could get your water from watermelon or drink a shot of pickle juice and light up your electrolytes? Tina, did you know that? Sunshine. Tiffany is needing another vacation. Listen, log on your computer, Tiffany. I want you to do this and put in for Monday off and put the title as mental health Monday. take Monday off. See, sometimes when you can't get a vacation, every 3 months, take a random Friday or Monday off. As a matter of fact, get on your portal right now. If you are seated at your desk in corporate America, go to request time off. If you can't do a 7-day sabbatical, that's okay. Hold on, I'm taking a sip of coffee. That's okay. But I want you to take this Friday, or actually, let's debate. I'm going to drop the link in the chat. All adults know, I've been seeing something circulating. They say true adults know that Mondays are the best day off over a Friday. What do y'all think? And it's a joke. It's a joke, like between adulting. Real adulting is knowing that Monday is the best day off. Are you a Monday girl or are you a Friday girl? In your opinion, the best day off is Monday or Friday. Okay. Y'all coming through. Shanda says Monday. Mrs. May says definitely Monday. Jenny B says Monday. Tinny says Monday. She had Monday off. Monday is the best. Kendra says Monday. A goodie. Welcome. You're on mute, goodie.
Can you hear me clearly? I don't have my
Yes,
mic.
yes. Good morning. Goody, in your opinion, I want you to think about it because we're debating in the chat. Monday, true adulting is knowing that Friday or Monday is the best day off. Which
It's
you think, Goody?
it's going to be Monday because most people on Friday wind down around 3 p.m. 3 p.m. For the past couple of years, I'm in tech. I work from home. Fridays, especially in the summer, I'm winding down around 2 on a Friday. So Monday is my good day off
I
because
know that.
whatever shenanigans I get into on Friday and Saturday, Monday's going to help me get right.
I love it. I'm gonna have to ride with Goody on this one. Monday. True
That's me
adulting
too.
for me is knowing that Monday is the best day off. Anybody want to argue with us? Let me drop the link. Because ascension
That's
intent.
also me. That's me.
You hold on.
I'm
That's you.
essentially. Hmm.
Okay, let me read it. Ascension Intention says, my company gives us a Friday every 3 months. I still need more and woke up saying I will be taking a random day off. So I'm gonna talk to intentions, even though I know it's you, but I'm gonna talk like I
Yeah.
don't know it's you. So intentions, go through your calendar, pull up the calendar when you know you get those scheduled Fridays off, and take that Monday off every 3 months. Boom. Boom. And you're gonna give,
Oh,
and then
that's
throughout the calendar year, you're actually giving yourself a 4-day weekend. They're coming up here to argue with us. Kelvin, welcome. Steffi 1961, welcome.
Hi there. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, and it's Kellen. I usually comment on some random Saturdays, so it's nice to finally chat with you. I actually think Wednesday is the best day off. And I think it's because on Monday, if you take Monday off and you get in on Tuesday, they still expect you to finish your deliverables by Friday. And Friday, I agree with the last person's point that it's kind of a dead day anyway. People, they kind of wind down in the middle of Friday anyway. But on Wednesdays, you literally have a break in the middle of the week. You come in on Monday, you just have 2 days, then you get a break in between, and then you have 2 days to pick up Thursday, Friday. It honestly works the best for me. And then you have the weekend with the 2 days. You will feel the best rest you've ever had in your life.
Okay, Kellen says in her opinion, she prefers Wednesday off. And also, listen, you got somebody in the chat that says, always be cute, says, I start my time off on a Wednesday. Listen, and stay off until the following Tuesday. So always be cute also takes Wednesday off. Steffi, 1961, welcome. What are your
Good
thoughts?
morning. Good morning. Mondays, because my weekends are so busy. So I need to just be able to relax and um, have some me time.
Okay, let me ask y'all something on the panel and also on the chat. This is a joke between me and my friend, and I posted a few months ago on the community board. When you are off, when you take your days off, this is for those of you at work too. Wednesdays work best for me, the Asset Noir says. Okay, check it out, y'all. Listen to me very carefully. Now that you know what you know as an adult, when you take your day off, do you tell your friends or family, or do you keep it to your damn self? Come on.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not what?
I don't tell my family
When you're off?
nothing.
I'm not telling anyone anything. And I'm in a 3 family with my family. I will be right in my apartment, minding my business, trying not to walk too hard so they know who's here.
I know that's right. Look, Trendy said, keep it to myself. Listen, Nicole say, I ain't telling nobody. Tell them why, ladies. I'm going to start with you, Goody. Tell them why you keep it to yourself.
Because people want to add things to your agenda. The agenda is relaxation. I'm not doing anything. I'm not going anywhere. Don't call me disrupting my sleep. I wake up early, but that doesn't I wake up early. I am a high priestess, so I'm waking up early. I'm talking to God. I'm doing a whole house smudge. I'm doing that. I'm in my spiritual peace. I'm not doing anything that you want me to do.
All right. Steffi, tell them why you keep it to yourself.
Basically, the same reason my family find a whole lot of things for me to do. So I'm keeping it to myself. When they find out, they say, "You were off today. You could have did so and so, so and so." No. So I prefer not to tell anybody.
I'm
That's
with you.
best for me.
I am with you. Last time I told my husband when I was off, he said, "Oh, you want me to take the day off with you?" No!
Okay. See,
No, bro.
I know. See, they find a need. So, Queen, right now, if you don't mind me sharing this story, I,
Sure, go ahead. But
I'm
come closer to your mic. You sound a little, I want to make sure
okay.
we hear everything you
So,
have to say.
can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, I've been battling breast cancer. I've been in at my daughter's house since February. I'm at MD Anderson. Uh, so when I go home to my house, I don't tell anybody because I told them the first time when I got a break I didn't have to go to treatment, and everybody, oh, we can go here, we can go. And when I got back, I was so tired. I said, so when I go home, I don't tell anybody.
I don't
And
blame you.
I'm on my way out when I tell them. They'll say, "You been here for a week? What? Why you didn't tell? We could have gone to lunch." I was like, "Oh, I was just resting." So no, actually, I'm in the hospital right now as we speak.
I don't blame you. Listen, we're gonna send positive thoughts your way. And I'm glad you know what? I think that's pretty dope that you can tune in from the hospital to keep yourself
Oh,
busy, to
me
keep your
too.
mind focused on something else and get a little bit of sunshine. But we definitely gonna send positive thoughts your way. And let me
Thank you.
say this: you keep taking your damn time off. You keep
I
taking your
do.
time off because Snatch by Diego says, keep it to thyself. They'll find out when I answer my phone.
I'm like her. I'm telling you. So that's the same thing I do. So
Amen. Well, welcome, Leslie. What are your thoughts with the conversation?
Hey, Queen, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. You sound great, loud and
Oh,
clear.
wonderful. Actually, I am Leslie. We had a conversation on Instagram. You asked me, was I from Northwest Houston?
Yes.
I am she from Detroit. Anyway, I want to say, speaking from the fitness world, we never miss a Monday. We go hard and we start our week off strong because it sets the tone for the week. Now, by Wednesday, we'll take a day off, only because we'll work out on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, rest day, and then we go hard Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So that is my day off, Wednesdays and Sundays.
Okay, so let me say it out loud to make sure we're all following. From the fitness world, it's a little bit different. Y'all
Yeah.
come hard on Monday, Tuesday, You rest on your Wednesday, which is today.
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, y'all with the shits. Saturday, y'all might do a little something, something, but Sunday,
Uh,
you're resting again.
oh
Is
yeah,
that
we're
right?
resting again to prepare to never miss a Monday.
Okay. 41 Fit is in the building, is in the chat. What day do you take off as a fitness person? Because we got other fitness people. Fitness people, what days do y'all take off in the chat? Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But listen, most people, we have come with the consensus. Number one, most of you like, there's a variation. We got some Monday people that like to take Mondays off. We got people that like to take Fridays off. We got a few Wednesdays in the house. Okay, we got a few Wednesdays in the house. And then what else did we say? Oh, y'all also said that y'all don't tell nobody. It ain't nobody's business. Nobody's business. When y'all take off and y'all ain't telling nobody. So listen, check this out real quick. Cinnamon Swirl says, I walk Monday through Fridays and she takes the weekends off. Okay, let's shift a little bit. This is also a wellness conversation for corporate America. Where are you tuning in from? Are you at work? Are you working from home? Are you tuning in from your car? I want to get a consensus really quick. Fit Diva 1979 says, as a fitness person, it's amazing on Monday to train legs in the morning on my day off. Okay, Fit Diva. So she's also agreeing with Leslie that they push through on Mondays. TD Love 14 says, good morning. Good morning. Your days off are Wednesdays and Sundays. So she's also a fitness person. Go ahead, Goody.
I work from home, so I'm at the desk that's in my bedroom.
Okay, cool. So Goody's checking in from her desk. So real quick, Ellie is headed to work. Miss Chanel's at the gym. She works from home. Bravo, Addiction Vivian says in my Billie Holiday voice, it's nobody's business if I do. All right, Cinnamon is in the office right now. Okay, so yesterday my friend sent me this article on LinkedIn. Y'all, was it Monday? Okay, it was Monday. So my best friend sends me this article, and it's about all these Black women that have turned to sabbaticals as a day of rest. Not even like not just a day, because corporate America has stressed them out so much that it's impacting their mental health, their chronic care conditions, like the amount of impact that it's had in a negative way, that Black women are actually taking more time off, taking sabbaticals, and also walking away from corporate America. What are your thoughts on that, Goody?
So that makes sense, because if you've been working in corporate for decades, you know that in '08, when we had that major recession and they cut jobs, they never added those jobs. They just split the task amongst the people who stayed, and it's only gotten worse. We are overworked. Now, am I taking a sabbatical? No, but because I am in sales and I kind of make my own hours, I prioritize taking some sort of break sometime in the week. Even I'm on the clock, but I'm not talking to anyone. I may be looking at a report, but I'm not doing, that's my passive work time that I take downtime. But things have gotten ridiculous since '08, and it's not getting any better.
I was on mute. Okay. You said it's not getting any better, correct?
I did, because as you know, like, there have been layoffs. So they didn't add those jobs back in 2008. And there have been massive layoffs periodically throughout the years since '08. When they lay those people off and you still keep the work going, it doesn't get any easier. And even though I do work from home, just like the take home test when we were in school, it's harder to work from home.
Okay.
So
Tell me why you say it's harder to work from home, because I beg to
because
differ, but I want to hear you.
you push yourself harder so that they don't ever pull that away. Like, you
Okay.
make sure that you're meeting the things, right?
Okay.
Like, if I'm not very intentional about putting a break-in for myself. And my dog helps me do that because he needs to walk. If I'm not very intentional about that, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep pushing through. The Black woman motto, push through.
Girl, that could preach. That's a whole sermon this Sunday. And we selling fish plates when we're done. Listen, P. Pleasant is asking those of you in the chat, what jobs do you work that allows you to work from home? Y'all go ahead and share in the chat. If you work from home, help a sister out. She wants to know, what industries are y'all in where you are being allowed to work from home? I think that's a really good question, and I want to elaborate on that in just a second. Miss Queen 19 says, as a future therapist, I encourage all of you to take days off or leave or life
Life lead.
leave. Okay, Miss Queen, if you can come up and expand a little bit, because I always like my experts, or I invite you to come up. The doors of the gates of the palace are open. If you have time, let me drop the link. And I want you to give it from a mental health perspective and as it relates to African Americans and people of color in the corporate sector. And then my question for those of you that are tuned in is, are you prepared to take time off should you need it? Should you need to take time off, are you prepared? Steffi, what are your thoughts about preparation for taking time off? If you can talk right now, Steffi. If not, it's okay. Okay, Steffi's still on mute. That's okay. So let me go back to something. Are you prepared to take time off should you need it? And I think that's a really good, important, and I think it's a good question, but it also leads us into the financial piece, because we give financial wellness tips on this Wednesday morning show. There has to be some type of financial preparation for us to be able to call a time out as Black men and women if we need to. And I believe about 85 to 90% of us are not prepared financially. I'm not talking about a massive amount of money. I'm talking about, should you need to take time off 2 to 3 days just because you need to, period, point blank, can you do that? Can you take a hit by losing 2 to 3 days of work? I'm not talking about PTO, what's in your PTO bank. I want you to imagine that you've utilized all your PTO and you don't give a damn. You need a day off. Life is lifing. Do you feel like, Steffi and or Goody, that most of us as Black men and women are prepared financially to take a few days off if we need to?
So there was a question I want to address.
Okay.
What do I do? I am in renewables. I am in solar. I am in software sales. So I'm in tech, renewable software sales. I'm an account executive. So for those who wanted to know, if you can get in tech, if you would talk to a tree, sales may be the thing for you. And that's that.
Okay,
With
let me say
regard,
this. I'm glad you said that. My best friend is a recruiter for a solar corporation. So if y'all are looking to advance on an executive level, leadership, project management, product, hit me up. Shoot me your resume and I'll make sure he gets it. Go ahead, Goody.
and I will also say that one of my business partners has started a company that is called Inroads to Tech, to help people who want to transition from what they're doing into a tech-based role. So, we can talk about that offline and I'll share that information. A part of being a grown woman, was trying to find the kind of company that had the culture that would enable me to take the time off. So my job, we don't have PTO, and they prioritize your work-life balance. That said, if I did need to take 3 or 4 days off, I wouldn't take a hit. I would just take the time off. But I am financially prepared for the event that should have to be a month and I need a hiatus.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to hit a couple of the comments in the chat that are coming through. For those of you that are tuned in from work, I'm loving it because right here, not to be toyed with, says she's listening to this morning show and she went ahead and requested this Monday off. That's what I'm talking about. Real life changes in the moment. And for those of you that are not up to speed on what we're talking about, when we first started, I said, listen, somebody said they needed a vacation. Sometimes we can't take one, right? For whatever reason. But you can take a random Monday or Friday off, which got us into the debate. Adulting is realizing that Mondays are the best day off or Fridays, whichever works for you. Log into your work computer and ask every 3 months for your random Monday or Friday off, period, point blank. Period, point blank. And then if a holiday period rolls around, stack that day. So if you get a holiday off this May on a Monday, ask for that Tuesday off instead of that Monday. So go ahead and go through the calendar now while you're listening and ask for your damn days off, period, point blank. Lala, welcome. What are your thoughts?
Hi, good afternoon, Queen.
Hey, Lala.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm feeling fantastic.
Okay, I can hear it in your voice, Queen. I can hear it. I can hear it. That vacation was good.
Girl, yes. I kissed a boy.
Well, lucky for you, lucky for you. Well, I have to say, I'm enjoying this time off that I have taken. I'm not currently working at the moment, and I am so enjoying it. After my morning prayer, I went for exercise, went for my walk. I did um, um, Vikram yoga, which is hot yoga this morning. I came back, sorted out my mother, cooked lunch. I'm actually eating lunch now, so I'm being productive since 6 a.m. this morning, and I'm just, enjoying my life and living it. And when I used to work, I used to have Fridays and Mondays off because I used to do a thing where, when you do 40 hours in a week. So I used to combine my hours into the my week. So in the next week, I would take a Friday and a Monday off. So that enabled me. And in the UK, well, after 10 years of service, I used to get 35 or 33 days off. So I used to pre-book my holiday 6 months in advance, Queen. You know how I am about vacation. So I used to pre-book everything. And I believe in a work-life balance because there's a lot that goes on in life. Life is always lifing. And if you don't take the time off for yourself and get yourself together and regroup, it will damage you in the long run. You might not see it now. Right now, you're at that power through stage, but later on, it will start crashing down on you. So I recommend everybody to at least in a month, take a day or 2 days off. Weekends are not enough. It's not enough
Not
because
enough.
there's so much going on with life and family and things like that. By the time you come to Sunday, you're exhausted, and then bam, you're back to work on a Monday. So I recommend taking as much time off as you need, and do not fall for the I'm going to work hard. I can't be caught slacking. No, they're all slacking out here. I call them cowboys because they can talk the talk, but they can't do the work. And, they really good at like presenting themselves well. So I've learned over the years of working in corporate and in government that it doesn't matter how much work you do, they're going to keep piling it on top of you. So you just do your work and do it in the time that's given to you. So if they give you 8 hours to complete a task, you best believe you're going to use that 8 hours. Even if you do it within 2 hours, the rest of the time, do something else with yourself. That's my tip.
Thank you, Lala. That was beautiful. And people are agreeing. And I don't think like when I start telling people this, or I've been in healthcare for a long time, y'all. Come back up. The person that just dropped down. But I've been in healthcare for a long time. And the look when I talk about like how you can finesse your time off without really going into your PTO, and utilizing all of it and going through that calendar and really being intentional about your days off and not playing with you when it comes to you, those random Mondays or Friday, I said every 3 months, every two. Lala said every month. Go through that calendar right now and fill it up until Q3, and go ahead and and put it as a mental health day. Ain't no if you work in a culture where people like to push back on you taking time off, label it mental health day. Ain't nobody gonna say anything. And if they do, that's your cue to start to plan your exit strategy, because I don't want to work in an environment where, damn, I can't take a day off, a mental health day off. Yeah. Welcome to the stage, Bravo Vivian. And Steffi, feel free to jump in when you need to. I know you're at the hospital, so jump in when you want to, because we want to make sure that we are respectful of any procedures or anything. All right, Bravo. You got the
Yes.
floor.
Good
Welcome.
morning. So I do contracts with data management. So I do a lot of training. I either do it Mondays are the full day where I'm doing a lot of modules and a lot of Zooms. And then I sometimes have to drive to locations, sometimes 2 or 3 different locations in a day. So on an average, it's about maybe 9 different locations a week. Um, and we also, my family and I, we also have private businesses. So for me, my schedule is very set on that. I take specific time off. I will not allow a job to exhaust me anymore, because prior to that, I was in restaurant management, I was an environmental technician, all at once, and I just didn't stop. I was going even through weekends. You know, it was horrible, and so when I decided to branch off into this field many years ago, I made sure, no, no, not again. And so it's, and it's a relief because I feel happy. I feel more myself. I feel like I have more clarity after I take time off. I feel like I am not overwhelmed as much because I'm automatically a high stress person anyway. And so, yeah, this puts me in more control, even though I do all of that in a week. Y'all will see me on social media and all that, because um, I can do it, because I set my goals and I meet them. So
Oh, thank you for sharing. I love it. And also let me give a shout out to Lala, Bravo, Addiction Vivian, the Asset Noir, all of my priority panelists that have come up to share at the Asset. You got the floor.
Good morning, Queen and everyone. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
happy Wednesday.
I agree with Lala. What Lala described is what I call my Becky mode. So I've learned to automate everything I do. So what would take someone else 4 hours to do it, I'll automate it, and it will only take me 30 minutes to do so. So for every day that I work, 2 hours for my corporate job, the other 6 hours I am building my private businesses too. So that trade off. And then as far as what you said, Queen Sheba, about stacking the days,
Mm-hmm.
been doing that for years. For years. For instance, everyone takes the week of Christmas off. I take the week after Christmas off, and then I roll it over into the new year. So
Me too. Keep
oh
going.
yeah. Yeah. So because you automatically in America get Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the day off, the day after off. So I take the remaining days of that year and the first week of January, because I don't want to, come back in after holiday fatigue and be fatigued. Um, and then every other holiday, particularly if it falls in the middle of the week, I'm either taking the front 2 days or the back 2 days. So that way you can turn 6 weeks literally into 3 months of business days off.
Oh my God, this is so amazing. And Miss Queen 19, come back up. You're a priority panelist. I'll make sure you go next. But listen, real quick, you are so right. I agree with the set about the Christmas. I don't take Christmas off myself. I let everybody have it. Because first of all, if you're in an office, depending on what industry you're in, it's pretty quiet. It's pretty
Exactly.
quiet.
No
Yeah.
one's there because they're off. So you technically get that week off too, because you don't have to respond to emails, phone calls, no follow-ups. Who are you going to talk to? They're off. So again, those 4 days after Christmas turns
Come
into
on.
turns into 2 weeks for you, because you get the week of Christmas, no one's there, and the week after Christmas.
Yeah, and then I
Christmas.
take the first 2 weeks of January off, so I'm off. And welcome, Jay Taylor. Good morning. Welcome to you. We are talking about corporate America, days off, work-life balance. Let's be clear. You got the floor, but thank you for sharing the Asset Noir, my priority panelist.
You're welcome. I'm gonna drop down because I got to get on a call at 9 o'clock. But have a
Okay.
good day, guys.
Have a
Be
good
You
day,
bright.
too. Thank
love.
you.
Smile. Give someone your smile. Give someone your good energy, your positive energy. Leave them better than you found them. Okay.
Listen,
Amen.
All right.
Thank you.
You're
no
welcome.
problem.
And
Let's
Lala, go kiss a boy.
yeah.
You guys are not gonna let me live. No kissing around
Listen,
here,
I
mate.
have
No
friends in the
kissing.
UK. I can hook you up.
No,
So just let me
girl,
know.
I might have to DM you. You know, I don't mind getting out the
Yeah,
house.
Lala, let's
Okay.
DM so
Li-
we can set Lala up on a
yeah,
date.
I have cousins in Ireland. That's not too
Listen,
far. That's part of the
Oh, that's too
UK.
far.
So
I'm a
Operation
Londoner.
Kiss
I
a
live in
Boy.
London. Well, I'm going to Ireland for a date. But you ladies, you know, I'm Muslim. I'm a practicing Muslim, so we don't date. I don't date men unless they talk to my brother and they come and ask to talk to me.
We gonna
There's no
recruit
dating.
somebody that
we
can
we
talk to your
listen.
brother.
We can do that.
All
We
Yeah.
right, all right,
Okay,
okay,
y'all.
I'm a DM you, girl. Thank you.
okay. All right. You guys enjoy your day. Have a good one.
Thank
You
you.
too, honey.
Bye bye.
Operation Kiss a Boy is in full effect, y'all. We gonna make sure
Love
we
it.
find Lala somebody that can
Queen.
talk to her brother and do everything he's supposed to do. But the Asset Noir is taking the lead on that. Real quick, I want to read this before I go to Let's Be Clear. Jennifer's Journey to Wholeness says, I just asked my manager for Friday and it's all booked up. Monday book. Looking at next free day, I'm in quality in a call center environment. You know what? Request the next Monday off and put it in writing. Don't ask for it, put it in writing. I'm requesting Monday off, a mental health Monday off on and put the date, the full date in the year. So put it in
You know
writing
what?
so that
You
they don't
said something.
rush you off. Go ahead.
You said something that was key just now. Don't ask for it, because sometimes when you're asking, you're not taking. Take the time you deserve. I don't ask anyone for time anymore. I let them know what I'm doing and how they can work around it.
All right. You heard that, Jennifer? So go ahead and put it in writing and see if that angle works. And that's fine. If she said you can't do this one, this Monday, this Friday, that's fine. Ask for the end of the month, because don't we have a holiday coming up, y'all? Depending on where isn't there a holiday in May?
Yeah.
Memorial, right?
Yeah,
Memorial.
what
Is it
day is that?
Memorial?
Like, I don't know, but I think it's
I
on a
know.
Monday.
Is it
So
on
after that
Monday?
Tuesday.
That's an extra day off for me then.
Yeah. Uh, okay, let's be clear. You have the floor. Welcome.
Good morning, Queen. Thank you for having me up. I'm always
Morning.
um I just want to say that I've learned to stack my days for my time off. I do my calendar at the beginning of the year. I let my family and friends know that if they need me for any dates in 2024, to go ahead and let me know before I close my calendar. Once my calendar is closed, it's closed. My days are my days. I also take FMLA for my parents. I'm a caregiver, so those days do not impact my FML. Those days do not impact my PTO days. Um, One thing I'm looking forward to doing in 2025 is I want to take the preservation class with Melody, and I work 12:30 to 9, so it's hard for me to get off. So what I'm going to do when I start my schedule for next year is take every Monday off from 7:30 to 9 until I get in her class. Once I finish her class, then I'll open my Mondays back up.
Wow.
I love it. A plan, a plan, a plan. And thank you for sharing. I love it. Did you write it down? Because they say, it becomes real when you write it down.
Yes, I'm waiting on them to open up the 2025 calendar, and everything's going to be booked.
Okay, know what says human resource here. You don't need to tell them why you're taking off. I agree if you have that luxury and that privilege, depending on what business sector you work in. But there are some industries that take advantage of their employees, that make you, or I understand what it should be, and I agree with you. Know what? I most certainly agree with you in a perfect world, right? But just in case you work in one of those toxic cultures, I'm gonna let you know it's a mental health day. You don't have to put it. She's absolutely correct, but you know your boss. You know who
Mhm.
you're up against. Some people say you need to get coverage, and it's up to you to find coverage, and they put that pressure on you, right? Okay, Goody, thank you for coming up. Goody dropped down for it. She has a meeting. But
Um,
if you work in one of those environments, go ahead and tack that mental health day on. Right. All
you
right,
dropped out.
let's see.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Somebody wanted to jump in. Someone was about to say something, or was that just somebody? Okay,
No, it
somebody
was
else.
let's be clear. I'm gonna drop down so someone else can have the opportunity. But Queens,
Okay,
have a great day.
thank you, and thank
Mhm.
you for sharing. Let me read a couple of the comments. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let's see. Okay, not to be toyed with. We read that one. I want to. So some of these women are saying, I walked away and retired early from an HR career. I want to hear more about that. If you are still in the audience, and if you can come up. Corporate America is swimming with the sharks, and more work, less people, less people. Thankful for work from home and mental health days. I agree. I keep it real says yes. I left corporate last year and I've been happier. I love working my own schedule. These jobs don't want to pay and overwork you, and they play games. Can you tell us more about that? Let me drop the link. If you are in the chat, feel free to come up. And what are you doing now? What was the catalyst that made you say, I'm done. I'm out of here. Tiffany says she quit her job in October and she has not looked back. It was the best decision she's ever made for her mental health. Tiffany, we just dropped the link. Philly Gal, you got the floor. Welcome.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Palace.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning. So, I have a question. Speaking of corporate, I just got out of a meeting, and earlier in the week, me and my manager went over my career goals and, what the next step was, and he had me apply for a position. Well, this morning in our team meeting, he told the entire team about our private conversation that we had, about my career goals, about what I was trying to do with the company, and everything. And I've never had a manager do that before. And so I've been reading the chat and how some people, decided to leave corporate America and do their own thing. For all the corporate people in here, is there any type of advice that you guys can give me? And have you ever had a manager do that before? Like tell the entire team about your private conversation about your career goals and applying the jobs?
Let me do this.
No.
Let me see if before you answer, everybody, do we have any HR people in the chat? Let's do that. And then we'll let the panelists give you just maybe. Let me see if we have any HR people in the chat from an HR perspective, real quick. And then, bravo, Vivian. I think you're about to say something.
Okay. I'm kind of shocked. So,
Yeah, me too.
I'm sorry. You were saying that your management went and told your private conversation about your goals.
Yes. So earlier this week, I had a private meeting with him and told him, what I was trying to do, what my goals were with the company, that I wanted to move up into management. And he suggested that I apply for this position. And so I applied for it. And he also gave me the HR recruiter's name and everything, only for him to have a team meeting this morning with the entire team and tell the entire team about our conversation. Also told them that I did apply. And I mean, he told them everything.
Oh
And
my
and
gosh.
I was in shock because I'm sitting here like, is this really happening? Because I'm in the insurance industry. And so I've been in the industry for over 20 years, and I've never had a manager tell the team what our private conversation was, especially when it comes to where I'm trying to move with the company, because for one, you never know what snakes are on the team that can go and badmouth me, or, try to ruin my reputation with someone, or to tell someone,
Right.
not to even consider me. So the fact
Well,
that my manager did that,
Yeah.
it's just
yeah,
like,
it sounds like to me like your manager is the biggest snake.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
be
Uh,
he
real
is a
honest with
snake.
That's
you.
But
a
can I
snake.
quickly ask you something?
Yeah.
Did this take place on, your one-to-one meeting with him? Did that take place between a one-to-one with him that is
sounds like
regularly scheduled?
The
it
initial
sounds
con- the initial conversation did, yes, and then we had a team
Okay,
meeting.
so one-to-ones, I'm a previous head of department and manager, right?
Uh-huh.
One-to-ones are protected in the HR policy. So check your HR policy.
Right.
One-to-one is protected because it's documented about your work, your plan, where you going, how's it going, and all that stuff. So that's a documented, protected time, confidential time between you and him. So he cannot take that outside and distribute it to everybody else. And he's done that. That's what one, he broke that rule. Two, it was confidentiality between you two. So if he said that and he gave you no prior notice that he was going to do that in the team meeting, you need to document what happened today,
Mhm.
put it in the email, copy HR in, send it to HR and copy him in. And no, don't copy him in, actually. He has no rights to know. Send an email to HR explaining what's happened. But first, before you do that, please read your policies, because my background is guidelines and policies. So I used to write policies. So
Mhm.
read the policy, because one-to-one is protected. It's a protected time between you and your manager, and it's confidential. So he had no right to say that. Once
Mm-mm.
you find that clause in the policy, attach that policy to the email. After you drafted your email, get somebody that you and let you know how it's going. And
Okay.
if it's the right email, if it's, make sure it's perfect to the T. But you need to report him because he cannot be doing that.
okay.
Yeah.
Let,
Um, you can
let me read this.
also.
Hold on.
I
Let
hope
me
that
read
makes
this bill
sense.
here from an HR professional. She says, HR here, managers are not allowed to share your goal without your consent. I would say something to him or her. And when we say something, Philly gal,
Mhm.
documented communication via email.
Okay.
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 Be very thoughtful about what you point out and the words that you use. Do not use feeling words, use factual words. On this day, you and I had a one on one, blah, blah, blah. We outlined, you asked me to like apply for the role, da 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 da, like bullet points, sharp, quick. On this day in the meeting, without my consent,
Mhm.
it was announced to the team what you and I set as my goals in my one on one. Can you provide or an explanation or whatever? I'm just giving you of why that happened without my consent.
Okay.
Now, number two, let me ask you this. Do you still want that job?
At this point, I would like it, yes, but not under him. I mean, he wouldn't be my manager anyway if I was to get, promoted to a management.
Okay. Okay. So think on that. The third thing is, and I have to be fair.
Mhm.
I'm not, I agree with everything Lala is saying and the HR person, but just know this. When you include HR, just know the clock is ticking.
Mm. Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Clock starts ticking, if y'all know what I mean.
I
What are your thoughts
Yeah,
on that,
I
Lala and
agree.
Bravo?
I
I
agree. I
agree.
agree
I
that the
think
clock
that
is ticking. Oh, sorry.
yeah, I think that the clock is ticking, and he started it this
Oh,
morning at that meeting.
But you
He
Okay.
know
started
what?
that
That is
clock.
the clock is ticking. However, you still have time. So I would not be too pressured on that. But I would, like Queen said, if you want to address this with him first, do it. Upon his response, the email that I suggested to you, I would do that, just depending on how he responds to you. And if you don't like the way he's conducting himself, I would definitely send that. But don't worry, don't pressure yourself too much on the clock. Yes, it is ticking, but I'm sure with your credentials and your knowledge, you'll find something. But don't worry too much or stress about that at the moment.
okay.
Steffi,
Okay.
did you want to jump in, Steffi? I see you came off mute.
Oh, well, I have it's not a, it's what I used to be in retail management. I'm self employed now, and I had to walk away because I was there were two assistant managers. It was myself and another young lady, but she wanted the promotion. They promoted me, so she was doing all kind of stuff behind my back.
Mhm.
So one morning I came in, she ran up to me. The regional manager was there. Oh, what happened?
We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, the regional manager was there, and she runs up to me. She says, "Mister, you're here. He's gonna write you up." She thought I was gonna say something. I didn't say anything. I just walked onto my office, opened the door, put my things down, and he says, "Good morning, Stephanie." I said, "Good morning, Mister Ewer." He says, "I need you to read this and sign it." And I said, "You read it and sign it." Because today is my last day. I said, as long as you live, don't tell anybody's employees that you're writing them up.
Mhm.
And he was like, "You don't leave, Stephanie. Don't." No, that's it. I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do have other companies. So thank. Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
Philly gal,
Yes, ma'am.
Simone's going to come up and elaborate, but somebody put a real good comment in the chat. Tennessee girl says, "Did it feel malicious?" Think about it. Don't answer it yet.
Mhm.
Before you drop down, I don't care if somebody's talking, and just say, let us know if it feel. I want to give you enough time to process it before you respond. Is that fair?
Yes. Hmm.
Okay, Simone, you have the floor.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning,
Good
Queen.
morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
He's sabotaging you, in my opinion. He did that on purpose. He knows what he's doing. I think everything that they told you prior to this is true. Um, Document everything, email him and do everything in writing, asking him why he put out your private conversation on your one-on-one. um, Await his response. More than likely it'll be verbal. He probably doesn't want to write you back anything in an email, and from that point report it to HR. They're not here to help you. They're just here to help the company, to protect the company. But you do want to advise them of that. And depending on what your goals are and what your intentions are, I would definitely prep your resume, make sure you have it up to date, and start looking elsewhere. And
Hmm.
depending on just what you want to do, because once you report it to HR, 9 times out of 10, they're going to retaliate in some sort of way. But
Yeah.
you just want to have the documentation that you did address this, from the one-on-one um, calendar invite from that day. Print out all of that stuff, that you had the conversation on this day, although it was the one-on-one verbal conversation. Your response to after what he did after this meeting, print that out, save it, and make sure you document whatever you response you get back from HR. They're going to do everything verbally, and your response to them should be back in writing, saying, per our conversation, dot 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 dot. This is what I got from that conversation. And just depending on what you want to do, if it's something, um what your goal is, if you feel like, if after they retaliate, because I'm telling you they are going to retaliate,
Hmm.
legally you have a right to go from there. But it just depends. But do know he's sabotaging you.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't feel good, and it's a bad feeling, but just know that now, and just start prepping yourself so you can land on your feet.
I
Okay.
agree.
Awesome advice. I want to say this. I thought about it. Does it feel malicious? Let me change that question.
Hmm.
Do you trust your instinct about what you felt?
Yes, and it did feel like he said that to kind of send the hounds out to sabotage me. Like you said, it's like I, I'm the top performer on the team. I'm the only African American on the team, and I'm the only woman. For the most part, it's a male-dominated industry. So I feel like with him saying that, in a sense, it's like a dog whistle. And I'm just in shock because, again, I've never had a manager do that. So it just, took me just by surprise. It really did.
And can I say this?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's never personal.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity or it's a lesson. And it can be an opportunity for you to level up, not saying that you are,
Mm.
and boss up
Mm-hmm.
with an exit strategy or a workaround. And when I say a workaround, I can show you better than I can tell you because you trying to sabotage me. Okay. Watch me whip and watch me nay up in this mother. You see
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah.
but I'm being silly, but so that you can, because you said you're the only woman,
Yeah.
and then you the only black.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And nigga, you done stood up here in front of all of these white men, I'm assuming, and told
Mm-hmm.
my damn business.
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Oh, wait a minute. He's a black man?
No, my
No, he a
manager's
white
a white man.
I
Oh,
could
okay.
tell from the way she's describing because he didn't adhere and
Mm-hmm.
set boundaries and protect her. And he just exposed all of her goals in her one-on-one meeting with him like she ain't shit. Excuse my language. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was
Exactly.
definitely a dog whistle. It was a dog whistle for
Yeah.
sure to put everyone on notice. So when you start networking and seeking other opportunities,
Yep.
they can automatically reject you in a way, I think. But I don't know all the ins and outs, but it's sabotage. I think the worst, and if like something better comes about, that's wonderful. But to me, it's just sabotage, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Miss Queen
Yeah.
19, you are back. Priority panelist. What are your thoughts? Miss Queen 19.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous. First time being on the panel. Um, so I just wanted to just add a few points as far as like signs to look for when you're noticing that your mental health is declining. First, it's always important to check in with your body and determine, are you more tense than usual? Have you been losing sleep or not eating as much? Because sometimes in the world, or as mothers, fathers, we're not checking in with our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the signs that we should be noticing is like if there's a change in our personality in a way that seems drastic. Are we agitated? Are we becoming angry a little bit more, or do we have a defensive posture? Are we withdrawn from social interactions? Sometimes when you work from home, are you keeping up with your hygiene? Are you getting up, taking a shower, brushing your teeth, getting out and taking walks and stuff like that? And sometimes it's feelings of hopelessness. We don't always check in with our bodies or with ourselves to realize when our mental health is declining. So I like to use the metaphor of when you're riding on the airplane. When the flight attendant is telling you the instructions, and they say when the airbag, the mask drops down, and how they tell you to put yours on first.
Mm-hmm.
Always remember to put your mask on first. So before taking care of someone else or a job or anything like that, put your mask on first. You have paid time off, but you also have 6 free mental health sessions through your employer. And if not, just seek therapy. But be mindful and tap into your body when you're noticing sudden and drastic changes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. Thank
That's
you.
beautiful. Thank you. And if you could, I don't want to put you on the spot. I want to give you a
Mhm,
couple of seconds, depending on your time. I'm
mhm.
going to go to the next person. But if you could come back with 3 things that Black women, Black men, I don't want to leave the men out, people of color should be prioritizing
Mhm.
when it comes to their mental health strategy in corporate America. Don't answer right this second. What would those 3 things be?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Moments of grace. My priority panelist, you got the floor.
Hi, good morning, Queen. Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Palace.
Good morning.
I just wanted to hop on really quickly for the lady that just left the meeting with her manager. And I'm listening to what everyone's saying and absolutely on board. But I wanted to piggyback off of something you said, Queen Sheba. And maybe I'm just saying it off of experience because the role I had that ended in November was not similar, but yet I was proud to be able to leave based on integrity, knowing who people were and where my position was interacting with them. With that being said, I very much agree on the hey, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. But I would like to offer a different perspective of look at the situation and maybe what God is opening up to show you.
Mm.
The manager is the biggest snake there, but now he's lifted the veil for you to see who everybody else is the snake in this environment. You may have been getting along with everyone. You don't know anybody's attention. You're the only woman there. You're only African American woman there. With that being said, if he's the head, figure out who everybody else is. This could be the opportunity while you're showing them. They're showing their horns, they're showing their intentions, they're showing how they move. If you didn't see who actually engaged with each other on a personal level that bleeds into work, it might reveal itself now. This may be an amazing opportunity for you to sharpen the skills of like using your discernment of employment. And I'm not saying that's not what you're doing now, but this may just be an opportunity where God is showing you something that you didn't
Oh
see
my God,
before
sorry.
and showing you who is who. And that I think is like golden because you can only move up from there. And that's really what I wanted to say.
Thank you for sharing Moments of Grace. Philly girl, I think you got so many different thought uh, perspectives that are being shared on the panel from priority panelists, regular panelists, and also those in the chat. And I posed the question, do you trust your instinct? Because along with the recommendations, trust your instinct and your rapport with him. Did it feel malicious? And based on that, I mean, do you trust your instinct? Did it feel off-putting? And also some of the things that the other men and women are offering. And then where do you want to go with this?
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny, while I was listening to you, he called me on my work phone. So I think,
Ah,
I think he knows he was wrong,
ah.
and, but again, I want to really, and I thank you all so much for your advice, because I really want to sit back, because I don't want to, you had a show one time that said, be quiet. And so I want to sit back and be quiet and not allow my feelings to overtake my logic. And so I just want to just sit back and process this before I even speak to this man. And I am going to speak to him in writing as well, because I don't want to say something that I can't take back. So I just, right now, while I'm in the heat and while my emotions are high, I just want to sit back and just be quiet and pray and, just let God lead me the way I'm supposed to go.
The pause. Yep,
Yeah.
it was the pause. And let me say this. Also, figure out. So let me just say this to all of you. All of you. The best advice I'm going to give you, because it's also the best advice I've received. You don't have to engage with anybody until you are ready. I don't care if they call you 1,000 times. I don't care what his position is. If you're not ready to host that conversation, you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
Please, like for real. That's the first thing. The second thing is, when you are ready, if you want to drive this and say you've done enough without saying that to him, let me show you how to do it. You document your concerns, and then you ask him in the email, along with your concerns, I am going to place some time on your calendar.
Mm-hmm.
You can manage him up and teach him without him knowing that. Does that make sense? And
Yes.
then you put time on his calendar, because those phone conversations, let me tell you what it is, your word versus mine. And white people know how to play that game a lot. That is not hate speech. They play that game a lot. It's undocumented. It's your word versus mine. And when you get into the realm of corporate America, when something you say, you called me and said this, no, I didn't. They're always going to lean along the sides of the leader. So we're going to get into a meeting. You're not calling me on my phone. We're not going to play that game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's always, I tell when people call me for career advice, I say, put it in writing. Oh, they said, put it in writing. Hey, I know we had a phone conversation today, but I want to follow up because you said A, B, C, D. Otherwise, It's your word versus theirs on a phone call.
Okay.
All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Okay.
just want to I want to offer you encouragement. I understand that, this was shocking and everything, but I mean, it's to me, I was shocked myself, and I really understand that. And I just want you to know that this is a spirit coming through to you from this channel, that we encourage you and that we stand by you, and that, this is good that you shared this today so that we could be here for you. Because I mean, you're going to be in my prayers. But I'm also going to, pray for your strength through all of this, because you've already been so strong to make it to where you're at, despite the environment you were working in. It's just a revelation and just an awareness. So, I worked in management a lot, and it's I've seen this happen in much of a smaller scale, and this I've never seen it where it was just like a group thing and it was just blurted out and all that. So whenever something like that happens, even though it was a team meeting, you can start your emails immediately by saying per the team meeting, and then follow up with, just keep the emails going, because I tell you what, they work,
Mm-hmm.
and people take notice, and they realize that you're not stupid, even though that you're proving yourself on the work level. They realize that you know what's going on. Make them aware that you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
And
I'm
it doesn't
truly
have to
sorry that
be.
happened to you.
No, thank you all. I mean, your advice is priceless. So thank you all so
And
much.
remember, it's a beautiful conversation. Handle it very gently, give him the benefit of the doubt, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he just sometimes they just don't know. Not every manager is developed. And what you can walk into the conversation, you can walk in with the mindset, hey, I just want to set boundaries and make sure that, I'm comprehending your excitement when you share,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and also, moving forward so that I am able to establish boundaries. If the meeting one-on-one is not confidential, can you give me a heads up and therefore I can decide what information that I'm willing to share with you in that one-on-one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Has he ever mentioned anyone else's one-on-ones during a meeting like that before?
No, not at all.
Mm,
So it's
Mm-hmm.
calculated. He did it on purpose.
mm.
He's
Mm-hmm.
sabotaging you, point
Mm-hmm.
blank, period. I mean, it's an awful feeling. I know it's a hurtful feeling, but just know he knows what he's doing,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and he's expecting you not to fight back.
And that's why he called.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And my mama would say they don't like, she would be straight with her daughters. Look, they don't like to see the little black girl in the office or in the position moving on up the ladder, and they're standing
Absolutely.
where they're right where they've been.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's doing that on purpose. He's trying to test the temperature when he talks to you to see how you're, feeling, how you're sounding. That's why he's calling.
Yeah.
He did that on purpose.
Get a clue says, I disagree with playing the game just to get by. If we are to change society for the better, we have to take a stand against this type of behavior. I agree. I played the game for a long time. It's extremely exhausting. I do believe there are some aspects of the game that needs to be played in corporate America, period, point blank. But after a while, it's like Hunger Games. It
Mm-hmm.
needs to be more of a strategy than a game. Does that make sense? And where
Mm-hmm.
am I going with this kind of mindset?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Snatch by Diego says, excellent advice, Queen and ladies, teaching me again this morning. Oh, yeah, I love our corporate talks. Let's see. So Philly girl, remember you are in control.
Okay.
This is a good thing. This is not a bad thing. This is an opportunity, like Moments of Grace said, and everybody else is saying, and you get to decide how you want to navigate this and what direction you want to drive this in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. Thank you guys so much.
No, thank you for coming
Yeah.
up and share. We appreciate it.
Good
Yeah.
luck to you, honey.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, final thoughts, panel. Well, let me go to, yes, the super chats. And then we are going to come back with our final thoughts about the conversation today.
Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money comes to me, flowing effortlessly. Money, 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 money comes to me, comes to me, comes to me. Money, 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 money.
Yes, money, 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 money comes to me flowing effortlessly. I love it. Mia Dia with a 5-piece says, woo, I needed this coffee talk Wednesday. Need my positive energy refilled. Yes, that's what we do, and that's what we're here for. Thank you, Mia Dia. Gore with the 5-piece says, fact, Sheba, if it's not in writing or email, the conversation did not take place. Words to live by. I learned that a long time ago in corporate America, and actually nobody cares. I was like, whoa. So she's absolutely correct. Jackie Wilson Rudy with a 20-piece and a pepper. Thank you for your super sticker. We appreciate you showing up, and we thank you all for your generous donations to the palace by way of super chats. Y'all in the chat, did you take something away that was helpful for you today for today's coffee talk? I hope so when it comes to corporate America. Now, listen, panelists, what are you leaving the chat with, or what are you taking away from today's conversation? I am going to start with Steffi.
Oh, okay. Self-preservation and uh, self-love, care, and like you said, take time for myself. And
Yes,
look, like you always said, pause.
that's right. There's safety in that pause. And remember, you ain't telling nobody when you off. That's your day to yourself because you ain't
I'm
running
not
no
telling.
errands.
No, no. I learned that a long time ago.
Yep. Kim's
So
beat
thank you
too.
for your time for allowing me up, and I've been learning a lot since I've been listening to you. So you're amazing, and um,
Thank you.
as
Thank
of now, look, I'm I've been thinking. I'm self-employed, but I've been thinking, should I retire or am I? My clients keep saying, "When are you coming back?" But I'm telling my daughter, I'm not. I don't think I'm going back. So I have to figure out a way to let them know.
I won't be coming back. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah,
It'll come to you.
yeah. I've been working since I was 15. I'm 60. I'll be 63 June. So
Well, thank you for sharing, Miss Steffi. And y'all get that. She said, take care of yourself first.
Mhm.
Take care of yourself. All right. Kim's Beat Tube. She says this coffee talk Wednesday was woo. Y'all see that? It was lit. Yes, all things corporate America on Wednesdays. We tend to go that direction. Miss Queen 19, what are you leaving or taking away from today's conversation?
Yes. Yes. Thank you again, Queen Sheba, for letting me up. One thing is to be mindful of your words and stay in the present moment. Be assertive if you're raising a mental health issue at work. It's important for everyone involved, so stand your ground. Thank you. That's it.
I love it. Thank you for sharing. Bravo, Addiction Vivian.
I'm taking away. Be aware of yourself and your health. Be aware of your environment and those who are operating in your environment, and speak up strongly and with strategy. I think I've heard a lot about strategy today, the best way to do things and execute them. Do it. That's what I'm taking away with.
I like it. Just like Nike. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Simone Wealthy, what are you leaving and or taking away from today's conversation?
um, oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness, the advice that I believe Queen 19, I'm not sure of the moniker, gave right before the last thing that she said was so touching to me because I'm just coming off of a mental health break of everything. I took 30 days off from my employer. I put in for my leave. I've never, ever, ever, ever done that before. And because I could just feel myself breaking. And so her advice most recently, this last, what she just said, and before, like 5 people before, really affected me. So I'm taking away everything that she said because I feel like it really helped me these last 30 days and going to therapy and doing all that. So definitely, if you can, take the times and help yourself so you can reset yourself and get back on track. So that's what I'm taking away.
Love it. I love these conversations, y'all. I wish we could have them every day. Vanita Watkins says, awesome talk. Thank you all for coming up and just point out your thought leadership. Y'all, it takes a village. I don't care what nobody says. And this is the place to come to Wednesday mornings for coffee talk because we talk a little bit of everything. Today is corporate America. Next week, it may be something else, but it always comes back to you because you are the author and the finisher of your faith.
Amen.
You
Thank
are
you.
the author and the finisher of your faith, believe it or not. And we're going to keep pounding that into your head until you in that vehicle in the driver's seat. Just driving and just achieving everything that you need to on every level of your life because you deserve it. And sometimes we got to have conversations, but we also lean in with the benefit of the doubt after we've paused and we step in as our best selves and we boss up when we have to have conversations. So, Philly Gal, I think this is going to be a great opportunity for you and your boss as well. And we wish you nothing but the best with this conversation. Now, if you like, because we nosy too, can you come back next week and tell us what happened?
Yes.
We want to know.
I
Please.
want to know. I want to follow up.
Yes, girl, don't leave us hanging there. Shit, tell us what he said, girl. How you said, oh, for real? We want to know all that good stuff. Always Be Cute says coffee talks are always refilling. I appreciate this time. So do I. So do I. I learn a lot. I learn a lot. Diego, Snatched by Diego says, excellent advice, queen and ladies teaching me again yet this morning. Um, let's see. We got a couple of let's see. Okay, Sandra P says, Philly gal, you are now in a great position because he knows he went too far. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think
She
so.
is definitely. She's definitely in a good position.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you can pause and take your time with your response, but make sure your initial response is documented. We can do a phone call later, and I'm still going to document after that. But my first
Mm-hmm.
initial response is going to be documented, period, point blank. Tiffany Gray says, I always take something away from your lives, and I love you in the palace for that. And we love you, and I'm just happy that you are here and that we left you better than how we found you. They call me corporate diva says, yes, queen, you must be strategic in these workspaces. You have to be, even with your kinfolk. Remember, these folks aren't your friends. That's true. That's true. Get a clue. Jobs are not hard. She says, get a clue is saying that they're taking away that jobs are not hard to come by. That's true. That's true. It's just not your door sometimes. And documentation applies in all relationships where women are expected or have to be engaged in any way with a man. We don't agree, but I said what I said. Oh, that's definitely something to talk about.
Mm-mm-mm.
Let me get a piano. What is y'all's response to that when a woman engages with a man? When a woman engages, documentation.
Yes.
All sexes. I don't give a damn.
Yes. I was about to say,
I'm
I was just
documenting
typing in,
female.
when you, even after the phone call, send a follow up email reiterating the points that you talked about in the phone call,
That.
because that
Yes.
will constantly keep him in check. If she
Yes.
decides to stay there, he has to know that this is how we're going to communicate from now on. Even when we have phone calls, when I hang up, I'm going to say, "Hey Jeff, per our phone calls, these are the points that we noted, and these are the takeaways that I had over a phone call. Keep the emails going. It keeps them in check, and then even though if he approaches her in a more stiff and more cordial manner, fine, fine. but let him know that I am constantly going to be documenting everything that we do. A lot of people don't do that, and they walk away and they said, I wish I had did this, that, and that. Well, make it so that you don't have to wish you had did that and that. Keep the conversation going through that email. Emails are amazing. I'll tell you they are. You can make a lot of money off of emails too, by the way.
Sure can.
Mm-hmm.
Protect Your Peace says, I love this discussion. I'll practice more self care. I love that for you. Protect Your Peace. She says, I'll practice more self care. I'm going to take some mental health days next Friday. So I'll have a 4-day since Monday is a holiday. I'll take a mental health day monthly. And for those of you that are trying to juggle between Friday, Monday, hell, take Tuesday off. Take Tuesday off. Because Friday, we're leading in next Friday, we're leading into a holiday weekend, right? You got Monday off. Go on, take Tuesday off.
Mm-hmm.
Double jeopardy, baby. Put that extra day on there. I won't be back until Wednesday. Let's see what else we got through. Listen, M Mills, blind copy someone else and blind copy your personal emails. Listen, I have somebody in corporate America. I'd be like, look, I'm going to put you on this email. Don't say nothing. Have y'all ever done that? Chat?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You have to protect yourself at all costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yemi says, in my experience, male management has been less troublesome for me. It's when I have had a female manager. It's when I felt the most attacked. Listen,
Ooh,
I'm
child.
riding with Demi.
Woo,
Let me
A
start
whole
this
nother
truck up.
conversation.
woo, honey.
Mm.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm. Let me tell
Mm.
you something. I've had the most problem outside the last 7 years. I've had really great black female managers. And I hate to say that, but I didn't want black female managers for a long time because they gave me the worst in my younger years in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it was like they had to be harder on us to, I don't know, show off to their management people that they had to, answer to. But it was horrible. Outside of the last 7, 8 years, I have some really, really great black and female managers that I highly respect. But before that, oh, it's horrible. And also other females. I take a man all the time because I already know what I'm dealing with them.
Yep. And look, Trending says, I am a blind copy queen. It helps with my organization and accountability. Yes, yes, yes. And if you know it's about to go down in the DM/email,
Mm-hmm.
blind copy your personal email because they
Mm-hmm.
can get in there. Depending on the level of pettiness, they can have IT delete any and everything.
Yep.
Yep.
So, um, I agree with you, Demi. I've been chill with male leaders for the most part. Not too much, Mm, it's with the sometimes it's with the ladies that I'm like, she's a piece of work.
Child.
Girl,
I've had
leave us
some nasty
alone.
ones.
Mm, sure. Ooh,
Some nasty. Oh, I had
I
one
can
that
still
literally,
feel it.
literally told me that she couldn't stand to look at me when I came to work.
Oh my
I said, that's a personal
God.
issue. Maybe you should take some time off.
Right.
And
You know, I mean, that's how I am though. But I'm just like, I can't help you with that. I came to work. I don't know what you're gonna
Well,
do.
and I think that's where working from home saves a lot of us because some people are so miserable in their own lives. If they see you walking around being happy, peaceful, getting
Mm-hmm.
along with people, it bothers them. So they try to manufacture, create anything so they can go, talk to a supervisor about you about any small, petty thing. So, some people are just miserable. So that's why I love working from home.
I
Mm-hmm.
love working from home, and I'm gonna say something to that I'm gonna leave the chat with. Belinda Vincent says, Queen Sheba, as you stated, there's power in your pause. Psalms 46:10, be still and know that I am God. I agree.
Mm.
That pause, I love how Philly Gal is pausing. And not only that, did you see what she did after her pause? She came
Mm-hmm.
because a wise man seeks many counsel. She said, hey, am I tripping?
Absolutely.
Right.
You
She
see what
came
she
to the right
did? Hey,
place.
hey, this felt off. This felt wrong. I need some
Mhm.
advice. And we all
Mhm.
Amen.
gave her our opinion. And guess what she said? I'm not going to talk to him right now. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to process what happened, and then I am going to move. Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
people come to you with advice. I mean, seeking counsel. It's
Yep.
okay. It's not a bad thing. If they thought they felt something and they need a second opinion, it's like going to a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. She came to the right place too.
Yep.
Yeah, and then but after expressing, she thought she felt something. She says, "I'm going to sit back and figure
Mhm.
out how to move forward."
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep, she came to the right place. I love that, Simone. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Kia says, Queen Kia 88 says, and send emails with read receipts. Always BCC your personal email just in case you don't have access.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep.
All facts. I'm telling you. Get into
This
the
was a hell
email
of a
chain,
conversation.
But I agree
please.
with Bravo. Definitely, if you have a verbal conversation, email, shortly after and just say, these are the key points I took away from the conversation so that you can document that a conversation was had. Definitely do that. That's very important.
It's very important. And let
Hmm.
me tell you, it does hold weight legally. I'm just
Yes,
gonna put that out
yes.
there.
Oh,
I'm
I
just gonna put
know.
that out
I
there.
know. It does. It
It
does. For
does.
sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Okay. The set is asking for the link, y'all. That's how you know that it's a good conversation. She's like, drop that link. And we just dropped this. Come on up. Anybody else that want to come up and ask any questions about work, HR, I love this channel. Get a clue says always uplifting and empowering me. Yeah, we empower each other. Shit, I learn a lot from y'all. Sometimes I'd be like, "Where's Simone at?" Yes, I love it.
Hmm.
Let's see. So Simone, you said something, and I said I was going to piggyback off of that.
Hmm.
I don't remember.
Let me think. You just said it, Simone.
About if a verbal conversation is had, follow up with the email to verify that you had the conversation and the key points.
It was something else. Dang it. Imma think about it while the
Okay.
set door. It was something I said, now that you I said, Imma close out with that. It was
Okay.
something you said. I cannot remember. The Aset Noir, you have the floor. Welcome back.
Hello. I just wanted to chime in. I didn't catch everything, but my final thought is I want to challenge people of color who are in management positions, executive positions, to show corporate America that we can treat our subordinates with dignity, with respect, with professionalism. And I think once we start doing that, it will change the culture of corporate America as well. Because when they start seeing that we respect one another and um, on a professional level and on a human level, I find it to be just in my environment very helpful that other executives start treating everyone else really really nice, really professional, and just very courteous. Just my thoughts.
All right. She's saying when you go respectfully. And not because
Hmm.
you're bowing down, y'all, but that's just the level of and that's how you should show up, right? As if you were a leader in that corporation,
Exactly.
in that
because
business unit.
because
Go ahead.
these people are executing your vision, you know? So you don't go in treating the receptionist at the front desk like a peasant. She has the keys to the gate. She knows everything that's moving inside that building. You walk in, you greet her like you would greet the CEO or the CFO because she has the keys to the gate. The people in the mailroom, they're responsible for getting that correspondence to you. Don't piss them off. You might miss that important notification, So um, just when in a leadership position, don't go in as the boss. Go in as the leader because the leader brings the team with them. A boss only dictates.
Very, very well crafted and stated. So that's something to talk about. If you know you pop off, or if you know you kind of lean towards the side, I call it emotions. And there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing wrong with emotions, but when we over lean into them, it can cause us to get off and be a bit imbalanced in our approach and our conversations sometimes. So she's saying, just make sure that you're walking in with a respectful mindset before you engage in these type of conversations. And not only that, dish out that same level of respect to everybody in that corporation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be clear. What are you leaving and or taking away from today's conversation? Your final thoughts.
I am taking away the email, the blind copy email, which I've already done, but I did not realize about the read receipt part of it. Um, and I know we're out of time, but hopefully next week I can ask for advice on a situation that happened to me. But
Do we
I'm
have time, ladies? Do y'all have maybe 3 to 5 minutes left?
Yeah, I don't have to be anywhere till 12, so
Sure.
I'm
Sure.
I'm I'm on I'm on like vacation right now with families coming in and visiting for the next few weeks, so I'm
Okay.
here. We're not going to eat till lunch.
All right, audience, do y'all have 3 to 5 minutes left before we wrap up to answer her question? Diaset, Steffi, Simone, y'all good?
Yes, please.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't go anywhere.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Let's be clear. You got the floor.
Make it really quick. 20 years ago, I was a special education teacher in a public school district. I had 15 students by myself with no assistant. I complained consistently through work email. I did not blind copy myself. When it came to my final evaluation, they declined it and they fired me and they put me as non-hireable. When I went to complain and looked through my email, they had wiped my email account clean. Nothing was there, and that's when I learned to do the blind copy. But I just want to know. I just let it sit all this time, but this conversation has awakened the anger in me, and I just want to clear my name. I've asked for public my records with them as to what did I do. They refused to give it to me, but I know it's because of those emails, and I did not blind copy myself at that time.
Can I ask maybe 1 or 2 clarifying questions? Because I want to make sure that we, okay. So, how long ago did you reach back out to them?
I reached back out to them immediately after it happened. That was like 2003. And when I realized that I was non-hireable in that state, and it caused me to be non-hireable in other states because of that, I reached out again, maybe 2019, asking for my records, and they wouldn't give it to me. So I haven't reached out since 2019.
Okay. What industry was it again?
Public schools.
Oh, non-hireable in a public school.
Hmm.
Okay, let me ask you another question without going into from your perspective, the
Hmm.
reason for separation, just based on whatever happened. Do you feel like it was a big deal?
You mean what happened to me?
No, you don't have to explain what happened, but the reason
Oh,
for separation, think about to that whatever occurred, you don't have to explain it. Was
mhm.
it a big deal in your
Yes,
opinion?
yes, and I don't mind elaborating. Again, I was a special education teacher for children with behavioral problems. My classroom was a trailer in the back of the school, and in dirt. My students knew if it rained, no one was going to come because they weren't going to mess up their shoes or whatever. One student said that he was going to bring a weapon to pow me. I put that in the email. Nothing was done. Yes, they considered me as a liability to the what is it? Not corporation, but to the
The
district.
board of education.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I even complained to them. I complained to the board of education as well as the special education department, and that's when I realized my account was wiped clean. because I complained through, um, the email, the company email. I didn't realize to blind copy myself to personal.
So they want to know, they're asking, did she get fired for one bad evaluation? Was it an evaluation? What was the reason for the separation?
The last evaluation, they put, I did not meet expectations, and I was a, what you call it, a teacher where I was getting after 3 years, my license would be a full license, provisional. I was a provisional, and this was my last year on my provisional, and that last evaluation caused me not to have my permanent teacher license.
I
Mm.
can't really speak to it because I'm not in education, and I did see Ms. Chanel says education is very tricky. I am going to pause to see if anybody from the panel has any experience in this area, or could give any very thoughtful. So let me ask you this. Are you trying to get back into teaching? Are you trying to get back into the workforce in this industry?
No, not really. I just want to clear my name because I've gone on interviews. I've gotten to the point where the um principals wanted to hire me, and this was before I learned what happened. And they would call and say, "I can't hire you," and I couldn't understand why until I figured out that I was blackballed in that state, and it's caused me to be with that non-hireable in my status. It has caused me not to be hireable in any other state. So at this point, I'm 55. I don't really think that I'm going to go back into education, but I just clear my name.
What does
Mm-hmm.
it mean to clear your name? Are you trying to go up against like, okay, after you click, and I'm not saying you should or shouldn't, because you let me tell you why I'm asking. You said I'm 55. At this point, I don't want to do all that.
Hmm.
But you want to. Why is it important to clear your name? If it's, I'm not. Is it worth your time?
Yeah, I
Let me.
understand, Queen, and it's just that I know I didn't do anything wrong, and
Mhm.
and to answer Miss Peggy's question, yes, I did sign the evaluation. Um,
Okay.
had I had this conversation 20 years ago, I would have known not to. It,
I must go ahead. I'm gonna keep going. Let's be clear.
oh, okay. I just want to just clear my name. Um, I don't think I ever go back into the classroom teaching, but yeah, I just, maybe it's not worth it, but it just angers me that my name is in the system and it's like red flag, red flag, red flag, and I haven't done anything.
Gotcha. Okay. So let me pause.
I have a question.
Okay. Go ahead.
Has it prevented you from getting any employment outside of education?
With no, not outside of a school. Just everything is
Okay.
within, no matter the count, no matter the state. But what I have done is become a behavior therapist for children with autism. So I'm still
Okay.
in somewhat, but not in the public. Um,
I would advise possibly just getting a consultation, hopefully a free consultation with an attorney, to see what your options are to get your records from that school where that happened, that evaluation happened, because just to see what they say, because you should be able to get your own records from that. So if there is a discrepancy, if they're saying something happened that did not happen, you do. I mean, I understand you wanting to clear your name in that, because as you get older, my mother, she worked up until in the school district up until her 70s, you know, almost 80, within the school district. So I understand, as a part-time situation. So I don't know. I would definitely consult, hopefully you can get a free consultation and just see if you can get your records and to clear that up, to get that off your record, because, you want to be able to um, rebut whatever they may have put in there, because, certain they could have just put in blatant lies just simply because you were adamant about, you know, some of those things when you emailed them to them. So
and
that's just my advice.
Miss Ross have correctional and remedial trainings. All of that is tied into the documents that they won't provide me. So I don't know if they changed it to say she did not do what she was supposed to do during correction and remedial training. I don't know because they will not give me my file.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, and then I think Miss Chanel, she said this happened maybe 15 years ago. Is that correct?
About 20 years ago, actually, yes.
Okay, Malik.
Good morning. I'm so sorry I'm late. I just got off a plane. Literally last night. My nieces graduated from USC in Hampton. So
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
I have been so busy, but I'm here now. I was just dropping in late, of course, and I heard what the young lady was stating. Okay, even though you were on a provisional status, because of your educational background, you are still entitled, although it's been 20 years, you are still entitled to reach out to the licensure board of your state that gave you your license to even be a adjunct or a professional teacher. Okay, so you have resources out there, you have rights out there. My advice to you would be this: go back as far as you can and remember, if you have anyone that you spoke with about the situation at the school that you were teaching, if they are willing to write a letter of support, get them to do so by also getting it certified. That can be part of your rebuttal. I would also say to get with an EEOC lawyer, and they do have those pro bono, depending on whatever state it is, especially being that it is part of the autistic program for the ADA, American Disabilities Act. They do have those not only for the students to protect the students, but they also have it for the professions and professionals as well. So there are options out there. Don't be discouraged. Um, my advice to you also, and this is to anyone moving forward, if you are being brought into an office where you are basically saying, okay, you're not meeting expectations, you will no longer be able to move forward with this agency or organization. These are the following reasons. If you do not concur, I repeat, if you do not concur with what is being said to you, what is being placed on that form, do not sign.
All
Do
right.
not sign. Because when you sign, you admitted to everything that they placed on that paper was accurate, it was true. You do
All right.
not have to sign. Don't let them force you to sign. And that's for anyone in any profession. Do not sign. You have rights.
Y'all
You
got
have
that?
rights.
Y'all
Mm-hmm.
got it?
Facts.
All right.
And
So
I'm
look,
glad.
there's a
Mhm.
lot that was laid out. Let's be clear. You can go back and listen to this replay at the
Yeah.
timestamp, and just think about how you want to approach this. And then also, like Tiffany Gray said, Tiffany wrote that it's been 20 years, depending on the state, they may have been destroyed. Also, it sounds like it's worth your time just from the passion. Um, but is it worth the hassle and the money? I don't know. Just
She
pause,
can.
think about it. And then these ladies have given you some excellent advice. Somebody gave you very simple advice. Jackie Wilson says open records request. It could be as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But just pause, think about what angle would best serve you. And we wish you well with that.
You know
Thank
what,
you.
Queen
I
Sheba?
feel empowered. Thank you. Thank
Absolutely.
You know what? She can also reach out to the local representative too.
She can. That's why I told her to think about, is it worth your time and the effort
Right.
and the back and forth after 20 years? I'm not saying it is or not, but think about the time that you have and how you want to maximize your time.
thank you. Thank you,
All
Queen.
right. All right. Final thoughts. I know what I wanted to say. I am going to leave you all with Simone. I know what it is that you said. The Asset Noir. I didn't get you. What are you leaving and or taking away from the conversation?
I am going to leave with this: be resilient, but not at the risk of breaking. Embrace the soft life and make it normal.
Mm.
When you embrace the soft life, when you embrace being in your soft life, you're not on the brink of breaking because you're taking that pause, you're relaxing, you're having that self care, you're depositing back into yourself. So, again, you can still be resilient without being on the brink of breaking.
I love it, but not to the point of breaking. Don't break your own soul. I am leaving you all with, and I'm piggying back off of Simone. It was about working from home based on your discipline, your organization, your ability to manage yourself. I think working from home is one of the safest positions for Black women, period, in my opinion. That's what I'm leaving you with based on you, because some people can't work from home. You remember somebody came on here many months ago and said that they had to go back to work because she was asleep while she was supposed to be working from home. So if you don't have that type of energy to be able to manage yourself, then what I'm leaving is not for you. But I think it's a place of safety working from home. Yep. Let's see. I think I have one more super chat and we are wrapping up for real this time.
All right, Palace, the Super Chat Squad is in the building. We appreciate you, baby. The Super Chats are fire. Get in your bag.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, we appreciate you, Gore, with the 10-piece saying, according to Harvard Business Review, managers typically start leadership training at age 40 and become managers at age 30. Ooh, reverse. Let that sink in. 10 years after the fact. Pick up the book. Everyone deserves a great manager. There you go.
Mm.
Listen, don't let people practice on you. And that's what it sounds like you're saying. They get to practice on people before ever receiving the appropriate training as a leader. All right. M. Mills says, yes, working from home is safer for Black women, in my opinion. I agree. Yes, agree. Working from home for some is definitely a place of safety. I was in a situation after I wrote a statement to be included. I didn't have it. Oh, okay. Barbara O. This is for you, Philly Gal, says that she was in a situation. And after she addressed it, she had no more problems. Period, point blank. Fames 308 says, loving the discussion and the availability this platform, pausing to avoid being on the brink of breaking. Yes. Somebody inboxed me on Instagram and she said she received an email that pissed her off last Friday and she was about to go in and she remembered the safety in a pause and that pause saved her. And she went on and had a great weekend. There is safety in the pause. And with that being said, thank you all for tuning in today.
Thank you. I
Thank
love that.
Thank you. And have a beautiful Wednesday. Take care,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, I want to come back real quick. I forgot something. It just hit me. Listing, trending at some point is, I'm sorry, I just completely trending at some point is going to dig a little bit deeper on Martell Holt and what's going on in this court. But what I wanted to share with y'all really quickly, let me bring it up. Hold on. What I wanted to share with y'all really quickly is right here. Thank God it hit me right before I logged off. Hold on. Let me show you. All right. So she's because it costs a lot now. It costs a lot. Trending, if you're on here, drop your Cash App. If y'all want her to cover what's going on with Martell Holt in great detail, she's trying to get those transcripts. She's trying to dig deep to let y'all know what's really happening. And if you want to hear that case and if you want to support her, feel free to contribute to her Cash App so that she can go ahead and run over there and purchase those transcripts to let y'all know what's really going on with Hotel Motel Holiday Inn. She says she's receiving Cash Apps to go over Martell's conviction. She needs help from a local Huntsville resident. Hold on, let me make my screen big so I can see. I don't know how to make oh, there we go. From a local Huntsville resident. If you are able to retrieve the documents, feel free to email her the documents in your receipt for what they charged you, and she's going to reimburse you the documents and your gas money. So if you're in Huntsville and you can go up there and retrieve the documents for her, email her, and you have to show proof of your receipt, she's going to reimburse you. But at the same time, y'all, this can be very, very pricey. She can only pay one person. So she apologized if she gets blessed with the information from more than one trendy. She's going with the first cover it. Please cover it. And with that being said, thank you all for tuning in today. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday.